as you are all going through the Divine Mother activation, I thought I would bring on none other than our very beautiful Kate Street, who was the creator of the Divine Mother activation, to say a little
Hello.
hello, welcome, and whatever is coming to the forefront of her mind about the Divine Mother. So please, Kate, welcome.
Oh, thank you. Belle, did you save this for last? Did you save this for last in the program, the
I
Divine
did.
Mother?
It's the last of the program. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm honored that you did that. And for my part, it is one of the it is the pinnacle of what I created in my time back then. I just don't, once I created, I'm like, ah, that's it, I'm out. Because I just felt like it was such high vibrational tool. And I don't have to sell anyone on it, but let me just tell you what you're getting into, women. So you've already been with Belle for so many weeks, and she's amazing and magical. And everything you've done right now has prepared you for what you're about to embark upon. And I think many of you are probably already there, of a higher consciousness, paradigm shifting, things that have expanded a bit. But this is going to help mostly with maybe the most important part, and that is surrendering. And that's a word that a lot of people don't like, because it thinks you're giving up, or you're giving away your power, or you're giving up control. And you are giving up control. You don't need any power. And the only thing you need to give up are the old stories. So this will help you kind of turn it over to the higher part of yourself. And I call it the Divine Mother activation. I made this back in 2018 when I had this very strong, what I call activation or download. And it was, the Divine Mother energy came to the earth in 2017, and I felt it palpably. And it was kind of a mind meld with the Divine Mother and me. And I even mentioned, I think, in the intro that, the Divine Mother, I know it's a part of me, but right now she has to be right here. She has to be a little bit separate from me, because I needed that feeling of being mothered. I needed that feeling that I was being cradled, I was being held. And that's a really good place to be, to realize there is this higher part of you that is the Divine Mother. It's not the God out there in heaven, but it's the divine part of you that is cradling you, that sees the highest for you, that sees the best for you. And all you have to do, I say all you have to do, easy but not simple, is trust in that higher part of you. You have to let go of the old stories. I don't know. Have many of the women been trying to conceive for a long time, Belle?
Some have, yes.
Yeah. So, and we know that there's a lot of wounds that can get created during that. So not only are we healing the old wounds that are, have caused this karmic experience to begin with, we're healing the new wounds that journey has taken. But it can be done just like this, by handing it over to that higher part of ourselves. And that's what that's what this is gonna do. And when you hand it over to the higher part of yourself, you also meet that higher part of yourself. So it's like a wholeness. And I think, Belle, you and I were talking a little bit beforehand, that the pinnacle of just this journey is actually not the pregnancy. I mean, everyone joins in wanting to become pregnant, and that's part of the story. But the pinnacle of this journey is the wholeness within yourself that brings out a healing and completeness, so that you feel so complete within yourself that you actually don't even need the baby anymore. And I know a lot of women don't want to hear that, but you don't need the baby anymore. And when you don't need the baby anymore, that's a new story. That's not the grasping and the desperation and the yearning and all the old frustration and disappointment and that's tied up in those old stories. When you feel complete and whole within yourself, you actually don't even need the old story. I need my baby to be complete. I need my baby to be complete. You let go of that, and that's when the baby comes. Uh, but as you and I were also talking, you can't trick yourself into it. You know, you can't, okay, I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go. I'm going to surrender. And that's how I'm going to get my baby. You know, you can't trick yourself. It has to come from a very deep place. And so, my question to all these women, if they're willing to ask it of themselves, are you willing to let go of the yearning and the disappointment and the need for this baby? Are you actually willing to say goodbye to your baby so you can actually feel whole within yourself and know you don't need anything? And, you know, that's something to think about. I mean, Belle and I know there's a baby for everybody. We don't know how that baby will come in or when that baby will come in. But if there is a spirit baby, that spirit baby is doing work with you and through you. And are you willing to change that story of, okay, my baby's here and I need that baby to be complete, and nothing's going to work out in my life if I don't get that baby? Are you willing to change that into, okay, I'm going to surrender everything I thought I needed. I'm going to surrender my old identity, my old stories to this higher part of myself. Because the true love story in this life is not between us and our babies. It's not between us and our partners. It's between us and that higher part of ourselves. And so with the Divine Mother activation, we really get in touch with that higher part of ourselves. And it's not that we want to connect to that higher part of ourselves to get something. Okay, I'm gonna connect to the Divine Mother so I can get my baby. No, we're gonna connect to the Divine Mother because that is the part of me that I need. I need that right now. And it's that connection between the divine and yourself that creates the pathway for the baby. So that is the goal right here, is to create that pathway between you and your own divinity. So you can not even create a new story, but just don't even have a story. Be liberated without a story, and feel complete within yourself. I hope that doesn't scare anyone away, but that's a really good question to ask yourself. Am I willing to let go to get everything I didn't even know I wanted, which is really the highest version of yourself?
And I think, Kate, that's like I shared with my, beautiful group of women that I did the Divine Mother activation myself. And I actually did the Divine Mother activation after my failed first IVF cycle. And I went on that cycle after trying to conceive for 8 years, and then my baby shared with me, I want to be conceived with IVF, and the universe literally rolled out a red carpet for that IVF cycle. It was like, absolutely, I'm going to conceive. There wasn't a doubt in my mind whatsoever that I wasn't going to conceive on that IVF cycle. So then you can imagine my devastation when I didn't even get any fertilized eggs. So by the time I came to the Divine Mother, I was completely at the baby.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm over it. I'm surrendering it all to the divine. I'm surrendering it to the Divine Mother. And you know what? I am ready to let you go in this moment and connect to my Divine Mother.
Right.
And 2 short months or 3 short months after that, my baby would come in a very effortless way. So
Right. Effortless.
we're
Yes.
wanting to open the pathway and the doorway for effortless. And yes, of course, we're all on this journey because we want to have a baby. But what we're offering the invitation onto is to let go of the desperation and the yearning.
Exactly. Exactly. The desperation and the yearning, which is a grasping, like this has to happen. It has to happen right now.
And it has to happen in this time frame.
I was just going to say, when I did the Divine Mother activation, I did it much like you're doing this group. I led 10 women through it. And, they had personal access to me one-on-one. No one got pregnant at the time during that month, but I wasn't really expecting that, no one got pregnant during that month, but I wasn't expecting that, because what was happening is we were changing the mind frame. We changed the mind frame. We were doing a little change of the mind and the spirit. And what happens is the body needs a little time to catch up. So I told you the story before we got on, but I did the first Divine Mother activation in February of 2018. So it went from February to March. And I didn't get any pregnancy announcements until my birthday, which was June, and I got 3. And to me, it was like, oh, a birthday present for me. I'm getting 3 pregnancy announcements from the Divine Mother activation. But yeah, I think that's important to let go of the time. You know, one of the things that I learned many, many, many years ago is you got to let go of the time. The divine timing works very differently in the spirit world than it does for the human world. And that's one of the things we have to let go is the time. Like it has to be now. Because, and that's part of the grasping, the frustration has to be now. You know, if you're here with me and Belle, you got a spirit baby, and you just gotta. This is really a journey of letting go. You know, letting go of the old story, and once you can do that, change the paradigm, expand the consciousness. The body will change to accommodate that because the body needs some energetic healing too, and the body will change to accommodate that. And 2 or 3 months afterwards is, I mean, not that that's a guarantee, but you saw it and I saw it. That's a drop in the bucket when it's been 8 years or 5 years or even 2 years. That's a drop in the bucket, you know.
Well, there you have it, the beautiful retired Kate Street, where you can only access Belle these days, it appears.
That's right.
I asked Kate to make a video and she's like, oh no, you have to be on there. I can only access the spirit baby realm with you as a doorway. She's like retired.
It's so true. So I read your email. Can I do a video for the Divine Mother activation? I sat there. I'm like, huh, no, I have no idea what I would say. You know, it's like the words are just closed. There are no words for me until Belle opens the door, and then I'm. But yeah, I can only talk about the spirit babies through Belle because Belle carries the torch now, and I'm retired. But I am happy to be a part of this. So happy to be part of this.
Well, there you go. May your baby land gracefully in your womb. And I thought I'd drop in with this little surprise with Kate today. So have a beautiful day,
Best of love.
everyone.